Living in London on a boat, are
Mm.
there some pros and cons? I mean, pro probably is just in the city.
Yeah.
And is it like could be too loud or too much?
I haven't noticed be too loud in the places I've been usually. If it's busy, then it's probably hard to find a space to put a boat this size anyway. So we tend to usually be in places where we can find a spot is quieter. But I guess the one of the cons is that you feel quite public. It feels quite public because you're moored up on public towpaths where people are walking every day, and people commute in London on their bikes, and the electric bikes are so fast. So people race down the towpaths really fast on their bikes, and that can be a bit scary when you have old dogs that are kind of like wandering around. So I guess, yeah, you feel a bit watched, but you get used to it.
Yeah. And about the parking, is it difficult? Like you have to think where you would go, where you could find, on what days the
Yeah.
better to go, like all these things.
Yeah. Everyone moves at the weekend generally because they're working during the week, and that's the same for us. So you just have to go early and make sure you've got lots of time so that you might be lucky and you might find a space very quickly, or you might yeah, it might take you all day and you're exhausted, and
Yeah.
you finally find a space, or it's not ideal, but um yeah, or we have friends as well. We have quite a lot of friends that are boaters, and so we'll keep an eye out for spaces. We might get a text like, oh, a space has just come up here, and then we'll go try and get it, or we'll take over a space that a friend had,
Yeah, and it's
switch around.
once in 2 weeks or once each week you move around.
Once every 2 weeks is the maximum stay in most areas, but there are places in London that are they're more popular, and they'll have rules like 7-day maximum, or stay here for maximum 24 hours, so you can kind of land somewhere and then move on after a few hours. But generally speaking, most areas are 2 weeks.
You mentioned that you got the last cheap one with Shell.
Yeah.
How much it was, the Shell itself?
The Shell, I think at that time, was about £60,000,
Yeah.
and then it would have gone up by probably 20%.
And about the water and the diesel, is it easy to find? I think once you're in Central, it's a lot of places where you can fill up water. And
I think everyone in London would like more places, but yeah, there's enough to kind of get by. You just have to know where they are, and sometimes you're queuing up and everyone's filling up their tanks on the same day, and it takes a long time. Yeah, exactly.
And how many liters do you have?
We have 500 litres.
Yeah.
The tank is actually underneath the bow of the boat.
And how long it lasts?
We can manage kind of 3 weeks, with 500 litres, which I think is quite good. But we go to the gym, like shower at the gym and stuff, and we're quite, I don't know, maybe we're just quite careful. I think because I used to live on these small boats with like not as big a tanks for water, so I just always use it quite sparingly, just to save us having to cruise to get water. But we also recently got a 100-litre butty, so we've got an extra 100 litres there if we need it for emergencies.
Yeah. And you don't have that filter system to recycle?
Not yet. That's another thing we'd like to invest in, but again, that's sort of another £1,300. So we do want to get that. Yeah, that would be really handy, because it does mean that you don't have to rely on the taps.
Is it expensive to rent in London a narrow boat?
Well, you can only rent a boat in London if it has a permanent mooring, and permanent moorings are really expensive. Like it might be like £1,000 a month, £1,100 a month, which seems crazy. To live on a boat, it's not like as easy as living on a house, but you're kind of paying for it. I mean, you can maybe find cheaper ones than that, but the ones we've
But it's in London, like it's not somewhere out.
In London. And there's not loads of them, and a lot of people want them, so it's kind of, they go to auction, so it can go like up and up and up.